Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. And keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as, investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. Alright folks, here we are on Friday, March 29th. We're going to take a look at Palantir today. So checking back in on Palantir. Palantir once again going back to our 2310 level to sort of see if the buyers are still continuing to show up in that area. And we'll see. Definitely was a strong push off of that 2417 level on Thursday. And so, sort of settling into this range a little bit, we've been wondering if it may continue to sort of bat itself around since it's had such a big move between this 23 and 25 range, right? 2310 to 2510, may not be a bad area for it to kind of gather itself and sort of gear up for its next move, whichever direction that may be. But we'll see if it's, like I said, it's going to require sellers to continue to show up at 25 and buyers to continue to show up as it approaches 23. So we'll see what the sort of stomach is for all of that on both ends of the spectrum. Now, if it does get through either of these ranges, to the upside, 26.79, 28, and 29.19 as the approach to 30 would come into play. And then if it slips that 23.10 level, 21.21, there's certainly going to be some additional level in here somewhere, maybe around 22.25, something like that, like the lower body of this candle and the upper wick of this candle, something sort of in that little range. Because this is such a huge percentage gap. So we'll see what develops in here if it does come down to put in price action, but it may not. Now, if it slips that 21.21, 20.01, 19.19, 18, and so on and so forth. Now, in the think or swim side of things, this is sort of an interesting look. Really good trigger and fire here, and then we got another trigger as it was up out of the channel and fired and brought it back into the channel and then pinned itself to the mid-range of the channel and started to trigger again. So this wasn't as huge of a move here on this trigger and fire, certainly as this trigger and fire. So I'm wondering if this is going to act like a re-trigger and a refire with the price at the mid-range, and maybe this is where we're going to get the actual really big move. Now we see on the wave cloud side of things that bullish momentum starting to sort of really compress toward the mid-range of the channel itself. So we'll see if it's able to develop more bullish strength there, or if it does give way and we get a bit of a capitulation of sorts and any kind of push down. If we do that, the lower bound of the channel right now is situated at 2190. So, again, if we're looking for something in between this range here, that 2190 may come into play. Again, if I'm looking here on this chart, it looks to me more like 22.25 or so, 22.20. But we'll see, because this also shifts as additional price action gets put in. But for now, at least trying to hold the lower mid-range of the channel. And if it does recapture the mid-range of the channel as support, then we have 25.28 as the upper mid and 26.40 as the upper bound of the channel for now. But I am really interested in what's going on with this trigger on the TTM squeeze indicator, being that, again, it may be maybe it will play out as a bit of a re-trigger and refire because of this most recent one, and the price is just right at the mid-range of the channel, and this wave cloud is compressing. So pretty interested for all of those reasons to see if we do get a really big move coming. Question is always, what direction does it come in? Certainly could be impacted by any particular catalyst that comes along. We know Palantir is very price catalyst driven, catalyst price driven. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Or certainly any larger sort of macro events in the market that just sort of really shift things for the market overall. So, barring either of those things happening, I still think there's potential here for a big move. Again, the question is just which direction is that going to take place if we do get a trigger and fire that results in a really good call out. All right, folks, I hope that you enjoy your long weekend. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.